Welcome everybody into another setup study session. I just dropped the video about the trading plan and we're now going back to our beloved setup study review. As we're going to see here, we have the last 10 up until 190. So we're going to make it fairly quick. I don't know if I will be able to. So we are coming into, this is London. So this is a setup that I saw afterwards, so it's just a backtesting setup. Basically, what does it mean? It means that price is clearly making lower highs and lower lows, and we can clearly see it in this market structure representation. You can see that the PSAs are getting respected, the PPL are getting respected, price is going to like 75% retracement. It's just very structured market, and it's making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower high. So now we are coming into the charts, let's say, and we are watching the pre-London, and what we are looking at is the last lower low is this one on the left hand side. What we are seeing a strong momentum, strong push below in order to create a new lower low. So this was the last lower high, and we can see how strong this push was. Multiple bearish candles engulfing every single bullish one. There is not much of a fight. There's no fight here from the buyers. We are breaking below and quickly retesting. We can have also a break and retest, a little bit sketchy, of this previous lower low, but then we see three consecutive candles making a huge lower low. So this is like a 10 pips breakout. What we are seeing is then the retest of this lower low. We can also see, if we like zoom in, if we just want to zoom in, we are seeing that this first retest is actually happening at this exact last lower low. This is the last PSA, the last two small candles. And that's where you could have had your risky entry. And over there, stop loss 15 pips will still be over there. A little bit of drawdown. Then you see, yeah, that would have been the best entry because it's actually matching the last lower low, tapping also with the wick all these previous price points. Yeah, that would have been good, but yeah. Anyway, I'm still in the trade. I only suffered like 5 pips in drawdown. That's it. When I see 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, I'm seeing these candles, especially closing below. Okay, that's very good. I'm confident in this trade. And as you can see, characteristics, what do I have to say? Anticipation of lower high. That's as simple as that. Other thing that we can do is, okay, let's see and watch the what would have been the best entry. And we're expecting higher highs and lows. They have the most high risk, high reward entry. I would not love to see it here because now we can make higher highs. The best entry, it's over here. And you can see 1, 2, 3 bearish candles, very strong in 3 minutes, engulfing probably the last, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes of price action. And as you can see here, closing and retesting this previous PSA and PPL. This is very, very nice. And I don't really, okay, it's fine. Look, if you just look at this line, it's actually great because this is the last lower low. And yeah, it fits perfectly. You just have to delete all this one. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3 very aggressive bearish candles, the perfect retest of this previous one. Okay, that's very high risk because we haven't broken yet these lows, but still maybe you think, okay, yeah, it's 10 pips. I'm safe. I'm betting on this trade idea. That would be a very good entry, and you're seeing that the candle is closing. Then you have a very weak candle, then you already go into profits. You're never in drawdown basically. So that's actually very, very good. And of course, the safer entry will be below there, or Also, I think it's the very next setup. Exactly over here, we are seeing the retest of this key level, and simple as that, simple as the previous one. Now we have a lot of momentum. We're coming with London Open, right? We're coming into London Open. A lot of momentum in the charts, a lot of volume, and you can see clearly identify this strong bearish momentum. You have one single bullish trying to engulf. The best entry, I will not do it over here with this candle close because it's closing above the key level. So we might expect the price to either continue to these previous lows and then continuation bearish. Your best entry will be at this very next bearish candle or the following one. Still the in trend making new lower lows. So nothing is telling you to buy. If you just see, for example, this overall move. Let's have a look at it. From the start of the move up until the possible entry. You could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you have another block. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 21, 22 bullish candles, and we are counting a sort of order block which was already broken at this time. But if you just count the number and the size of the bearish candles, there isn't any chance of, okay, maybe I want to buy. No, there's no reason to. Closing below the key level goes 60 pips in a few minutes. Then what are we seeing? This was my sort of intuition trade where we talked about this during the trade setup review on Saturday. So we are seeing, after some news, a huge spike on Thursday and then immediately corrected. So when I see that the price is not bouncing from there, it's not bouncing, and because I think it was very good it was very bad for the US dollar, but still a strange, strong price action on the bearish side. When I saw this is the setup that I always talk about. You see the breakout, wait a second, you see a breakout and immediately fake out, and then you have a retest and then a continuation low. This retest over here is what I'm talking about. Retest of this previous PSA is exactly what is happening here. That's where I wanted to enter sales. I started to say, okay, will it go down? And you see it will go down. Yes, it will. Stefano, it will. And that was my intuition, was to counter trend, counter fundamental. So that's why I didn't take it. But yeah, because also price could bounce anywhere. I would have seen, for example, my trade idea over here would have been, I want to see a continuation, either the retest over here or the retest of 2039 for the continuation bullish, not entering there anyway because of this, for example, here. That's why I don't enter buys over there. I would have done it 100 times in my previous trade experience, but how can I buy with such a strong bearish pressure? You can see, look how strong the bearish pressure is. How can I simply buy? Where am I buying? Am I buying here? Just because it's this previous highs doesn't mean that price from here will go 30 pips, will go from 2035 to 2038. No, there is no reason. This is just hoping that it will go. How I'm expecting that this single candle will simply push. So, for example, you can see that the price will actually do it. But when? When will it do it? Over here, no. It will make some sort of volume dying down. There's no real direction. You have a double bottom over there. Still, I will not be safe entering buys over there. Still, I will not be, because there's not any relevance in this PSA. And look at how am I buying in trend, clear momentum and direction, clear hand of pullback, relevant PSA over here. Here or here. How can I? What are the confirmation over here? There's no, this is not good price action. Good price action is this one. For example, this is this on the opposite side. It's what I was talking about over here. So there's a huge fake out, then a break of the PSA, which was 4-hour PSA. Then you have let's do it. That's interesting. Very strong bearish pressure. I'm not buying over there, but when I see this bullish pressure and I see this rejection from the key level, this is the same thing that I was talking a few minutes earlier. So we have a very strong breakout, but then we see this one, then we see this one, and then we see this one. We see this one. That's a fake out, and that's the same as up, down, up, and down. That's the same thing. It's clearly how to take advantage of a fake out. And here, now, that's very, very good, because this is a relevant PSA, and now there's a lot of volume, a lot of direction. You can see is up and down. It's not this price action. Okay, whatever. So when to validate that the trend is bearish, even though there's not a lot of volume, a lot of direction, here is where we're seeing another block, but we can validate let me do it like this. It might be good for educational purposes, I would say. Okay, we are still staying below these previous lows. So this was the last lower high, last overlay. This is last lower low. This is the last lower low, and now we're making a new lower low. And on the lower time frame, yes, that's a new lower low. You might think, yeah, but here is this, but this was 220. Now we are almost an hour later, so it's not lower time frame anymore. This is a clear new lower low on the lower time frame. Price is respecting it. I also did. That's why I'm saying it, because I saw it this price action, and it was no, not this one. We're going to see it was this one later. This one later. Let's see if I have it. It's this one. It's exactly this one. This is this one. 2044, sell. That's easy. That's simple as that. I took a buy, but doesn't really matter. This is the setup. It was so easy. And yeah, then what we see is then we see a continuation below, for our PSA. So now we are officially validating lower highs and lower lows. We can validate a market structure. Let's draw it. Lower highs, lower lows, lower high. We are now making a new lower low. We are breaking below this very relevant PSA. That's where you have the safest entry of all time. And it goes with momentum, 50 pips in a few minutes. Then we have the continuation. Do we have the continuation at this retest? No, we see some sort of pullback. You can see that there's a lower volume, but is mixed momentum. Here, entering a sell. Let's go back. Let's see it better. Okay, at this time, at the time of the sell, how was the momentum? How was it? Look here. Also, how precious this bullish candle is, closing exactly at these previous weeks for bijou entry at the low of the order block. That would be absolutely amazing. But let's talk about the number of bearish candles. I mean, how can you not enter a sell over here? You have 3, 6, 9, 10 bearish candles and only 3 bullish ones. I mean, that's absolutely crazy to think about. Then here, if you compare it, why should you enter sells over here? Look, you have more bullish candles than bearish ones. And you're at a pullback, you're not ending at any relevant PSA. And after such a strong stretch, it's very difficult live to say where the price will react to. Maybe we just go there, maybe we go here, but it's very difficult. But as you can see here, this, I think it was also around a 50%, but as you can see, the setup is not this one. The setup is not this one. You don't have to enter over there, you don't have to catch a top, you don't have. But you can see, this is the same thing that I just showed you. Price goes above, price goes above. So, price goes above, retraces, retests it, and continues down. That's a fake out. That's it. And then what you see when do you have the further confirmation? You have bullish price action, yes, but then you have breaker retest of these previous lows and PPL in continuation of the main trend. I will not say buy here because I mean it's quite tricky. Could be a buy, but it's not. You don't have enough confirmation, but it's in trend. When is the safest entry? Yeah, you got it. And the retest of this previous PSA. Where is the safest of all entries? When are you sure that the trend is continuing? And it's also quite late, I would say. Look here, breaking the previous lows. This was last higher low. Gets broken, new low, new lower high. That's as simple as that. That's as simple as that. 2028. That's already 30 pips. I think it will go even more. And what's the safest of the safest of the safest of the safest? This one is the super high risk. This one is the high risk. This is the medium risk. This is the safe. This is the safest. Super high risk. High risk, high reward. Medium risk. And that's even riskier than this one. That's because of we are selling. Well, we are making a new lower low. Why is it even riskier? Nah, breaking below the last lower low is not even risky at all. Look here. I mean, we are breaking below. That's it. This is now safe entry. Safest entry of all the times. Look, tack. What do you want more? What do you want? I want not to be frustrated. Higher low. Last low that started the bullish pullback. I mean, that's pretty simple, straightforward. As straightforward as it can get. As you can see here. That's very good. Let's move on. I missed this one, and then what we see is the retest of key level 2020. Remember that we were at 2034, 140 pips later already. Candle closing at key level, a little bit of a drawdown, 10 pips, and then goes to your profit. And that's, as you can see, we'll go from 2020 down to 2012. So from 2034, that will be basically 240 pips, 220 pips from the upside. Then what you see, of course, is getting later. We are seeing a bullish correction after such a strong bearish momentum. What we are seeing now is then a double top, price first still tapping. So let's make it like this. So this was the bullish correction, but then what we see is a rejection. You don't have to think about, okay, yeah, it's this one, I knew about it. No, but you see it on the chart, double top. At first, price is creating a distribution area because you don't break it below, you don't break above. But now what you see is exactly a new lower low that just broke the previous highs and the previous lows. You see a bearish corrective structure, and that's your entry. After a new lower low, you're anticipating a new lower high. Medium entry, and yes, if you see it already, further confirmation when the price is breaking below this PSA. You can even go as far as on the left hand side. You see price is making new lower low, and this new lower high. Anywhere over here. You can see it here, it gets broken, gets retested, and that's a continuation. As simple as that. So let's move on. So this one is on Friday. As you can see here, we come from a bullish price action. We see a break and retest of this most recent PSA. That's where also I took my entry. And now we are simply seeing a shift in market structure. We are seeing retesting of this previous PSA. So as you can see, anticipation of lower higher low, lower higher high, and lower higher low. You create new higher highs. And you can see that the price is respecting the bullish price action, is respecting these PSAs, and that's where it simply continues in trend. That's why it's easier to ride the trend rather than keep fighting and trying to find a top or a bottom of a trend and catch it. They will move. You just simply have to see the confirmation and take them. As you can see, further along, same thing. New high highs being created. There is low pullback. Where is reacting the pullback to this previous PSA, and then the price simply continues bullish. And this was the last setup that we had. This is the actual last one. And after seeing this all bullish move, we see a reaction at 2022.5. And what we see, we then see with the news, because we had the news at 4 right here, we see that the price is unable, it's yes tapping the same PSA, which could have been entered only over there, but was in the middle of the range, and with the right bias, because it was very bad for USD. This could have been a possible entry in trend, would have gone 30 pips, but what we are seeing is that price is unable to make a new highs, and it's starting then to do what? To correct, to retest, fail to break above again. You can see it over here, and that's where it makes all the way down. You have to enter over there. That's the super high risk, high reward entry. Understanding that the market are not, it was priced in, the negative report and are failing to make new highs. So you could have entered there, but where is the safest entry as per market structure at the break of these previous lows? This was the last higher low. This was the last higher low confirmed. When we break with such a strong momentum, we just need to zoom in to see it. When we break after such a strong momentum, like this, 5-6 candles so strong, that is just a matter of when it will happen, the continuation. You see we have the retest of these previous candles, we have the retest of the PSA, that's why you could have entered, and we also have the retest of the last lower low when it gets created a new one. New lower low, new lower high, new lower low, situation of new lower high. You see, one risk and and this one was the one that I saw live, that I just showed you, which was already here. So when I saw already, so all these rejections, and I saw that the price was aggressively breaking below these previous lows. The candle was not even close, but I mean, with such a strong momentum, I was expecting it to break below, even break below here. That's why I said, okay, this is a good sell point. And then, yeah, we just have a clean breaker retest, because this is the division of the pre and post. Breaker retest, and the price will continue down to 2010, if I'm not mistaken. So that was actually a very good trade idea and trade analysis before the fact. But this, yeah, 2010, exactly. You can see how it gives you further opportunities to enter even there. It gives you the retest of the last low, continuation, before the continuation. This is it for guys, this is it for today. And yeah, we are done for the setups. We have finished basically all the new ones. We have some that are really not relevant right now. But yeah, basically they are the same, as you can see here. Same pattern, same confirmations, simply market structure. So it's nothing really fancy. This will be the medium risk, high risk, high reward will be over there. And this is the safest entry. So as a scalper, you don't need to take all the move. It's not like you need to take 80, 90 pips to get TP. So you don't really need to take all the move to have some profits. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.